How to use the upper screen Hangout buttons, invites, settings, camera, mic, and other functions. Hi, my name is Doug Green with Doug Green Media, and I want to show you how to use this Hangout buttons, the upper Hangout buttons, when you do a Google Hangout. There's 6 of them, and as you can see, they are invite people, mute microphone, turn camera off, adjust bandwidth usage, settings, and leave call. So let's start with invite. You click on invite, and there are 2 things you can do here. You can either invite the public or people from your circles or even a specific person. So I'll just experiment by showing you by typing my own name, and then I could click send, and then I would get an invite or whoever you added to this. And these people are it will bring up people that are on your contact list in Gmail. The second way to, instead of doing it through the send an invite, is just copy this link right here, and then you can paste this into an email and send it to somebody, or you could send it to them in a Facebook message, or even however else you want to get it to them. So that is how you invite people. Now if I click the invite, then it will send an invitation to me. Okay, the next button is mute microphone, and when I click on that, as you would expect, it cuts off the sound so you can't hear me. And that is a great one to use if you've got background noise and you're in a video conference and there's a section where you're not going to be speaking. It's also a really good one to tell your guests about, like, hey, you know, you've got background noise, maybe there's a barking dog, there's traffic, there's, you know, speaker feedback, whatever. You can have that person actually mute their microphone through by clicking on this button so that it won't disturb the call. Now the next one is for turning the camera on and off. As you would expect, when I click on it, you no longer see me, and what comes up in its place is the image of, it's the portrait image that I have on G+. So that's how you turn the camera on and off. Now this next one is pretty cool. This is called adjust bandwidth usage. And I have a high-speed connection right now, so I can use all the bandwidth I want. But this goes from plus to minus. It actually has 5 different settings. And what you'll notice is if, let's say I put it on low, see how the picture is more fuzzy now? Basically, it's just going for a smaller size picture or image, and so, or just a fuzzier version of it. It's not sending as much information. So you can use a smaller bandwidth. So if you still want to have visual, you know, have a video feed, people be able to see you, but you're on a low bandwidth connection, you could set it there. If you're in a really bad setting, really bad bandwidth, you could crank it all the way over to low, super low, and it will cut off the video feed and only send the audio through. And that's what I have it set at now. So this is what people would see. They won't see your face, they'll just see the portrait of you. They won't actually see the video feed. Now to send it back up, you just pull this wherever you want, and now I'm back on full bandwidth. This next one is settings, and there are 3 things that you can adjust here. One is the camera you use, another is the microphone you use, and the other is the speakers you use. Now I happen to have a number of different cameras. Right now I'm using the Logitech C920, which is it's an external USB webcam. If I wanted to go to the camera that's in my laptop, I could click on integrated camera and hit save. And as you'll see, it switches over to my laptop. Now that's not a very good camera, so I don't like using it, so I'm going to go back to my Logitech by clicking on it and then hitting save. And that's how you can switch cameras. And you can do the same thing by choosing whatever microphone you want, whether it's the one built into your computer or an external one. And then you can also choose what speakers you want the sound to come through. And you would just, if you make any changes, just click save and you're good to go. Finally, we have the leave call. So if somebody else started a Hangout and you wanted to leave it, you would just, it'd be like being on a party line call or a conference call, and when you hang up, the other people could still talk. But if you're the one that initiated it, if you click leave call, then it's actually going to close the Hangout. So so that's how that works. So those are the 6 buttons across the top. Good to know. And I'm now going to leave the call by clicking on that. And as you see, it ends. So that's how you use the buttons across the top in a Hangout. Want to learn more about how to use web video and Google Hangouts for your online marketing? Go to www.dougsfreevideotips.com.